love and light. Okay, we're finally ready to read this stuff I love to ourselves. Okay, 7 year. Definitely tripped me up for the last 11 days. It is now January 11th. So, Fari and Brenda. And Yulina Title. Alright, let's go. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. James Baldwin. I hope you hate me. No matter how familiar things seem, you are on an entirely different road now. The 1 year is the first year of a brand new 9-year cycle of your life. It urges you to create a more satisfying existence by recognizing the new potential that is developing. It is a time of change and new beginnings. Last year brought an entire 9-year era of your life to an end and was probably emotionally confusing, but those experiences were necessary so that this year's new beginnings can occur. The past is over, but you will need to release the feelings and beliefs that are anchoring you to it. Then, instead of being shocked and confused by this year's changes, you will more easily understand their purpose. The 1 year is a time of interests, new experiences, goals, and understandings about life, about you, where you've been, where you are now, and where you'd like to be. And because so much drastic change is required, you will be also learning the meaning of courage. Join us next week. For the rest, week by week. One is the number of self, and you will gain a much greater self-awareness this year. You will learn about individuality and the vital changes that must take place within you if you are to attain what you need. You will be learning about independence, leadership, and originality. You will need great faith in yourself in order to take the appropriate action. You will encounter situations involving your deepest feelings, your unique mind and talent, and your need for greater freedom. In the 1 year, you must learn to adapt to changes taking place inside you and around you, while your ability to lead yourself and others gets tested. Your progress will be helped along by new opportunities and understandings. Just remember that 1 is the number of individuality, and that no one can define freedom for another without placing limits on freedom. Okay. Rolling over. See you soon. In time. Not necessarily week to week, just in time. Start by accepting the need for real and complete change. Develop a realistic sense of your own self-worth. Listen to and follow your feelings. What you do this year will set the course for the next 9 years. This should provide all the incentive you need to make your decisions carefully and realistically. And by accepting the reality of your past, you will become more aware of who you really are. If you think if you think you already know your true identity, be prepared for some astonishing new truths to emerge. You may start to doubt beliefs and attitudes you have always held as you realize they are no longer appropriate to your current circumstances. You may start to feel out of place around people with whom you have always felt comfortable and may question their continuing role in your life. Next time. Stop there for now. Doubts may arise as to how you can be free when responsibilities or circumstances stand in your way. Feel every feeling that arises around, Feel every feeling that arises around such issues. At some point, you will instinctively know that it is time to move in a completely different direction, even if it means doing so alone. The 1 year teaches us to be independent, but attaining independence often brings feelings of isolation and loneliness. Those you thought you could count on may become unavailable. Attaining independence always produces guilt, which must be seen for the destructive force it is. Otherwise, you will become stuck in a painful rut of resentment, confusion, and blame. Change old routines and welcome new activity. Without change, drastic change, you may find yourself being buffeted around with no will of your own for a long time to come. This is an opportunity to choose the direction you want to take. It enables your will to emerge as the only alternative to guilt and fear. It enables your will to emerge as the only alternative to guilt and fear. Problems will arise for as long as you resist change. Stay flexible because your firmest goal may be diverted into unexpected new directions. Okay, we're rolling over. The only thing you can reliably expect this year is change. One change will lead to another, and then to another, transporting you physically, emotionally, and spiritually far from where you were. Consider what is best for you and then go ahead in that direction. Start fresh. Decide which direction you want your long-term future to take, and even if it means starting small, take the necessary first steps towards these goals. Small beginnings can have big endings. Go small beginnings. Roll over. Your various relationships are vitally important. So much love and happiness can be experienced there. However, you cannot depend on anyone else for your happiness or success. Rely on you. Try to surround yourself with realistic, free-thinking people who do not judge and criticize your every move. Have the same consideration for them. However, although the emphasis is on you, guilt will tell you that you are wrong to focus so keenly on yourself and that ego is the problem. It is not. The solution is to stop judging yourself. This will enable you to balance your ego between overinflation and deflation. You may have to break free from people who habitually disapprove of you and your plans, or those who want to exert control over you. And roll over. Know that. Know what you want to believe. Know what you want and believe in yourself. If your abilities are lacking in some way, take the time to learn what is necessary to fulfill your intentions. Oof, roll over. Sit with that for a few hours, days, moments, however long it takes before I do the next one, because as you strive toward freedom, others will become less dependent or critical. The more self-accepting you are, the happier everyone will be. Confidence is not an act that hides your fear or ignorance. It is a natural feeling that comes from your acceptance of reality. Once you accept the reality of your desires and potentials and what you have to do to fulfill them, you will realize that although you don't know all the answers yet, they will come to you because you have a genuine intent to learn and the openness which can utilize new information. Confidence is the ability to accept change as it occurs, and it will occur this year. Roll over. Be aware of what's going on locally, nationally, and globally, and plan accordingly. Plan to begin something substantial. In the 1 year, failure to start a new project, activity, job, hobby, or even a new attitude will result in a directionless frame of mind, which will keep you tied to undesirable people, places, and circumstances. At least start a new phase of an existing situation. If you do not make changes where they are needed, they will be made for you. Roll over. Be aware of your various dependencies. Imagine the freedom you would enjoy without them. They may include a dependence on others, a need to keep others dependent on you, a need for approval on substances such as food, tobacco, alcohol, drugs, or distractions such as entertainment, computers, extravagances. You may be disguising addictions so that they are unrecognizable even to yourself. The key is to trace the emotional cause of why you need certain things so badly. Roll over. It could take years for you to achieve certain results, but projects or ideas started 3 years ago can materialize as accomplishments this year, leaving you pleasantly astonished at loose ends from previous 9-year cycles finally getting tied up. Understand the need for time to pass between one experience and the next, and you will enjoy many pleasant surprises this year. Aim high, believe in your goals, and never give up the pioneering spirit that is essential in the 1 year. Remember that learning from mistakes is how experience is gained. Roll over. Work through your fears instead of denying them, and you will be able to explore humanity's journey with an open mind and promote your own desires and interests along the way. Much of what occurs this year will be reflected back to you through events taking place elsewhere. Once you make that connection, you will be able to see exactly where you and your personal qualities and talents fit in. This year, you will learn that life is not meant to be a struggle, but a continuous free-flowing journey of energy that moves, shifts, vibrates, spirals, and evolves through cycles of learning. We did it. Happy pioneering through. Happy cut and go through in. Happy picking up that machete and walking. Happy breathing. Happy exhaling first, then holding, then inhaling, then holding, then releasing, and being.